Good evening, CLC. I'm Naomi Fada. Thank you so much for joining me here this evening. So, I am just going to be continuing along the Advent theme. So, if you do any sort of Advent wreath, you would be on the second candle, and the theme this week is peace. So, peace is something that we all long for, right? Maybe it's peace in the world, but also like peace internally because we carry stress and anxiety with us. And as I was thinking about, peace at Christmas and the hope that Christ brings, it brings me back to Isaiah 9 verse 6. For unto us a child is born, a son is given. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. His government and its peace will never end. He will rule with fairness and justice from the throne of his ancestor David for all eternity. And so we know that this is a prophecy of the birth of Christ. But, as I was thinking of peace here during the holiday season, during Christmas, as we celebrate Christ, it's true that sometimes in the midst of the hustle and bustle, do we always sense peace and feel peaceful? Holidays can be a challenging time, especially if you have lost a loved one or if you're struggling financially. And again, on top of that is just the busyness of the season. Maybe there's a lot to do. And so there's a lot of stress and sadness that can come with the season. And yet that is not God's perfect plan for us. He wants us to recognize that he is a giver of peace. And as we come to him and allow him to quiet our hearts and calm them, we can find peace in him. And that is not in any way to say that, if we are grieving a loss, that the grief goes away. But he is able to bring peace to that when we ask him to. And I just say that because I never want to diminish the fact that we all feel, we grieve, we have emotions, we have stress, and God doesn't want to diminish that either. He did create us with our emotions and, body, soul, mind, and spirit. But we also have to believe that he enters into that and he can bring peace to that and he can walk with us through that. And so much of it has to do with perspective, really from within our hearts, the perspective of recognizing that he's in control. He has a plan for this and what is our eternal purpose. So knowing that this world is not our home and that we are all en route to heaven really does change the perspective of how we handle many of the situations that we face here on earth. It brings me to John 14, verse 27, when Jesus is speaking and he says, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. The peace I give is a gift the world cannot give, so don't be troubled or afraid. And, as I was thinking about this verse, I also was reminded of Jesus' mother, Mary. And I thought to myself, as she was carrying this baby in her womb, was she peaceful or was she anxious and stressed? Because I am sure that in her culture, carrying a baby as a virgin was not something that was looked on favorably. And so around her, there may have been a certain amount of stress on her life, and yet to trust in God is to accept and allow in his peace. And as she carried the very gift, the Prince of Peace, did she experience that peace? I am sure that she did, because when we talk about peace, it's also like the presence of peace. Christ brings with him a presence that is one of peace that can still our hearts and our minds. So I just wanted to read one stanza of a well-known Christmas carol, Silent Night. It's a reminder that peace comes. Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. So I pray also for you that during this season, when you lay your head down to sleep, that you would also experience that heavenly peace, that his peace will be with you. So God bless you, and look forward to seeing you next week. Be sure to check us out in person at 20 West Main Street in Catskill, meeting at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. We'd love to see you there.